Hello friends, how you doing? It's that time of the month again. I don't want to say time of the month, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's try that again. It's that time again, so let's see what Netflix have got me for my birthday in September 2020.
Tom's thumbs, the thumbs that know a lot.
First up, let's look at some Netflix original films. I'm thinking of ending things. Not my cry of despair at the prospect of having to go back into the office next week. Well, not just that. Charlie Kaufman's new movie explores the nature and frailties of human relationships. There is a guarantee of profound existential crisis that accompanies every Charlie Kaufman movie, and I'm thinking of ending things seems to follow in that tradition. Despite having second thoughts about her relationship, a woman follows her boyfriend on a road trip to his family's farm. Trapped at the farm during the snowstorm with his mother and father, she begins to question the nature of everything she thought she understood about herself, her boyfriend, and the world, so says the Netflix box copy. Charlie Kaufman's last two movies, Anomalisa and Synecdoche, New York, both mined significant pathos by using unique narrative techniques. And while I'm thinking of ending things seems to go in for a more traditional style of movie making, it would be a surprise if Kaufman's signature magic realism didn't creep in at the edges. Of course, the other guarantee with a Charlie Kaufman movie is that it is likely to be one of the best films you see this year. I'm Thinking of Ending Things is coming to Netflix on September the 4th. Next up, The Devil All the Time. Based on Donald Ray Pollock's backwater American odyssey of violence and sadness, this multi-generational story of PTSD and trauma in post-war America focuses primarily on Arvin Russell, played by Tom Holland, as he faces up to the deep and troubling corruption of spirit that seems to be building all around him. This adaptation of The Devil All the Time is directed by Antonio Campos, a man who has been repeatedly recognised at the big festivals, but has seemed to have found trouble breaking into the more mainstream market. He was recently involved with producing the first two seasons of The Sinner, and was one of the contributors to the mixed bag of Netflix lockdown short films Homemade. He also produced the profoundly disturbing horror movie of 2016, The Eyes of My Mother. It could be that because of the wide streaming release, Campos starts to get a bit more recognition. Either way, it'll be good to see Holland return to a more mature subject matter. And the rest of the cast contains some of my current favourites, including Riley Keough and Robert Pattinson. This looks like one to watch. The Devil All the Time comes out on Netflix on the 16th of September. Just time to squeeze in one more. Enola Holmes. Sherlock's teen sister sets out to unravel the mystery of her missing mother. The B-plot involves Netflix struggling to find continuing work for Millie Bobby Brown, while also battling the red tape of the infamously litigious Arthur Conan Doyle estate. I'm guessing. Without a confirmed release date, I am just guessing that it's going to be coming out this month. But if it doesn't, oh well. So this is as good a place as any to appease the lords and masters of AVForums with a content engagement message. If you are even vaguely enjoying this video, you should be bopping the like button, subscribing, and if you want to know when new stuff is coming out, toggle the bell for notifications. It's also a good opportunity to thank the estimable Andy Bassett for researching and curating these lists. Andy's complete list of everything appearing on Netflix and the other streaming services is available at avforums.com. Lastly, if you'd like us to continue doing more and more interesting stuff, then you can make a small monthly donation at our Patreon, which is patreon.com/avforums. Just time to have a look at the Netflix original TV, Away, starring Hilary Swank. An astronaut prepares to lead an international crew on a mission to Mars, a dangerous journey that will take 3 years, and she must come to terms with the decision to leave behind her husband and daughter when they need her the most. A bizarre choice for Netflix to be releasing this series just 4 short weeks after Eva Green gave her incredible performance in Proxima, a film about a woman leading an international space mission and coming to terms with leaving her family behind in order to follow her own ambitions. Made even more bizarre by the fact that Hilary Swank's character in Away is called Emma Green. Away is produced by the creator of Friday Night Lights, Jason Katims, and the director of the recent Planet of the Apes sequels and the upcoming Batman movie, Matt Reeves. So the pedigree behind it is mixed, but as the synchronous movie Proxima demonstrated, there is definitely mileage in this subject matter, with space to explore, introspection and forward-looking optimism. The whole season of Away drops on the 4th of September. Switching tone now, Dragon's Dogma, a Netflix anime based on a video game. It's not the stupidest idea ever, as proven by the wildly successful and gripping Castlevania adaptation. What Castlevania had, however, was a multi-award-winning, critically acclaimed veteran of comic book storytelling in the form of Warren Ellis, a previously monolithic comics creator now facing a Me Too reckoning. What Dragon's Dogma has is a writer of some mediocre anime series and a basically untested director. I guess wait and see, but further favourable comparisons to Castlevania would be surprising. Dragon's Dogma is released on the 17th of September. Finally, Ratched. Season 1 of a thriller built around the infamous nurse and nemesis of Randall McMurphy from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Looking at the trailer, well, doesn't this look just a little bit like another season of American Horror Story, you say? And I say yes, yes it does. And there's a good reason for that. Ryan Murphy is producing one of several million projects he is currently developing for Netflix, in the hope that he might one day reach the end of his $300 million contractual commitment. Ratched is likely to have his name running through the style of the series like a stick of rock. And also like a stick of rock, expect it to look pretty and be very sweet for a bite or two before the realization hits you that you're still only halfway through and you are stuck eating something that essentially tastes like toothpaste. Some will love it. Some will find its style over substance recycling of cliches and troubling attitudes towards mental health a little tedious. A little bit like American Horror Story Season 2. I am in that latter camp for American Horror Story, though I am aware it's a minority opinion. So I'll be giving it a try with expectations firmly in check. There are plenty more original Netflix films and TV series coming to the service in September. Just time for a few quick picks. Let's start with movies. Demolition Man. If you don't know how to use the 3 seashells, don't expect a tutorial from Rob Schneider. The sum of all fears. Ben Affleck's turn to pretend to be Jack Ryan, and although it's not the best Tom Clancy adaptation, it's pretty great. Zodiac. Here's one to make people angry. Although David Fincher's retelling of the true-life events surrounding the Zodiac killer contains some really strong acting and some suitably dour cinematography, the structure is really burdened by having to hew too close to reality. As a result, a series of awkward time jumps across the second half of the movie make for a very messy and kind of unsatisfying movie. I guess reality rarely cares about narrative structure. Couple of TV hits. First, Family Business, the second season of the French comedy, which garnered some pretty good reviews for its first. Although I did just say French comedy, so racist. And Mighty Express, a cartoon from the creators of Paw Patrol. Look, if it keeps children quiet for literally any length of time, it gets several hundred thumbs up. Okay, that's all from me. Remember, Andy's list is available at avforums.com, where I'll also be posting a review of the Jordan Peele produced cosmic horror / study of race TV show Lovecraft Country, currently available through Sky and Now TV. And just a little bonus before we go, Richard Stanley's sci-fi robo-slasher Hardware is 30 years old this month. If you've not seen it, search it out. If you have seen it, revisit it, because it is still great. And I hope 2000 AD's Steve McManus and Kev O'Neill are still getting their residuals for it. Okay, that really is it from me. Bye friends!